The secret side of me, I never let you see. I keep it caged, but I can't control.
Hey guys, my name is Arnold Schwarzenegger. I am with Jinder Mahal. What your favorite moment, WDW?
I can't choose just one, but if I had to, it would be my main event match at WrestleMania 33 against Randy Orton. The atmosphere was insane, and I felt like I was on top of the world.
What you think of The Rock?
The Rock is a legend. He's one of the best in the business, and he always knows how to get the crowd going. I've met him a few times, and he's always been really friendly and respectful. I respect him a lot as a performer and as a person.
If go to AU, who is your first AEW opponent?
That's a tough one. There are so many talented people in AEW, but I think my first opponent would have to be either Kenny Omega or Chris Jericho. They're both incredible wrestlers, and I think a match against either of them would be an absolute classic.
You versus Chris Jericho.
That would be an epic match. We have a lot of history together in WWE, and it would be fun to see how it would play out in AEW. We both have a lot of experience, and we know each other's moves well. It would be a back and forth match for sure.
You versus Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega is another great opponent. He's fast and agile, and he's also a great heel. I think our styles would mesh well together, and we'd have a really exciting match. I think I could take him down, though. I'm stronger, and I've got more experience.
If tag team any women in Iowa would like tag with?
I'd say maybe Britt Baker. She's one of the best in the women's division, and she's always up for a challenge. She's also a very charismatic and entertaining wrestler, so I think we'd have a lot of fun in the ring together.
To take it as a compliment, I think it just shows how much he respects me as a performer and a competitor. And yes, I did delete my response because I realized it wasn't worth engaging in a pointless argument. On Twitter, AEW President Tony Khan criticized Mahal's win-loss record and questioned why fans were upset about Hook's shot at the AEW World title, but not Mahal's shot at the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Mahal responded to Khan's tweet asking who Hook was. Mahal later deleted his response. Mahal said that Khan's tweets made his match with Rollins more interesting. Mahal said that people thought he was going to win the match just to spite Khan.
I saw those tweets, and I think it's pretty hypocritical for Khan to criticize my win-loss record while he's promoting someone like Hook, who's only been in the business for a short time. I'm not sure why he's so obsessed with me, but I'm going to take it as a compliment. I think it just shows how much he respects me as a performer and a competitor. And yes, I did delete my response because I realized it wasn't worth engaging in a pointless argument.
Mahal left WWE after his contract expired in June 2024 and is now an independent wrestler.
Yes, that's correct. After my contract with WWE expired, I decided to go out on my own and become an independent wrestler. I still have a lot of respect for the company and the opportunities it gave me, but I felt like it was time for a change. I'm excited to see what the future holds for me, and I'm looking forward to exploring new opportunities and working with different people.
AJ Styles defeats Jinder Mahal to become WWE.
Yes, I lost to AJ Styles in our WWE Championship match at SummerSlam in 2018. It was a very tough match, and he was the better man on that day. I was disappointed to lose, but I have to respect him as a competitor and a champion.
What your opinion of the WWE product in 2024?
The WWE product has changed a lot since I was with the company. It's become more focused on entertainment and spectacle rather than pure wrestling. There are still some great matches and moments, but I think the emphasis has shifted away from the in-ring action and towards the storylines and characters. I also think the company has become more focused on catering to a younger audience, which can be both good and bad. Overall, I think the product is still enjoyable, but it's definitely different from when I was there.
On July 27, 2024, Mahal returned to WWE by competing in the first annual War Games match at NXT War Games 2024. Mahal was selected to join Team Cameron Grimes. On November 21, 2024, it was announced that Mahal had signed a new contract with WWE, returning as a full-time wrestler.
That's correct. I've been back with the company for a few months now, and it's been great to be back. I'm enjoying the new atmosphere and the opportunities that come with it. I'm excited to see what the future holds for me and the company. I feel like there's still so much more I can do, and I'm ready to take my career to the next level.
If you wrestle with AEW or Impact, what would you think of a stable of modern-day warriors?
If I were to wrestle in AEW or Impact, I would love to be a part of a stable of modern-day warriors. I think it would be a great way to pay homage to the original warriors and create a new generation of warriors to carry on their legacy. I think it would be a really exciting and dynamic group with a lot of potential. I would be honored to be a part of such a team.
If you wrestle Impact, what would you like your name to be?
If I were to wrestle in Impact, I think I would like to go by the name of the modern-day Maharaja. It's a nod to my Indian heritage and my status as a modern-day warrior. It would also give me a unique identity within the company and help me stand out from the crowd.
What would your AEW name be?
If I were to wrestle in AEW, I think I would go by the name of the modern-day Maharaja. It's similar to my Impact name, but with a little more emphasis on the royal aspect. I think it would be a great way to pay tribute to my heritage and create a new identity for myself in the company.
Will you keep your theme song?
I think I would keep my theme song, but I might update it a bit to fit the new character I would be playing. I think the song is iconic and it has a lot of history behind it, but I think it would be fun to add a little bit of a modern twist to it.
If you wrestle AU, who would your first opponent be?
If I were to wrestle in AEW, my first opponent would probably be MJF. He's one of the top stars in the company, and I think it would be a great way to make a big splash. It would also be a great way to show the fans that I'm not here to play around, and I'm ready to take on anyone.
What's your opinion of MJF?
MJF is a great wrestler and a fantastic heel. He's one of the most hated guys in the business, and he knows how to get under the skin of the fans. I think he's a really smart and entertaining performer, and I have a lot of respect for him. I think he would be a great first opponent for me because he would give me a real challenge, and it would be a great way to start off my run in AEW.
What's your opinion of Max Caster and the Handsome Devils?
Max Caster is an interesting character, and I think he has a lot of potential. He's a talented rapper, and he's definitely not afraid to speak his mind. The Handsome Devils are a great group, and I think they complement each other well. I think they're a force to be reckoned with in the tag team division, and I'd love to get a chance to face them in the ring.
What's your opinion of Darby Allin?
I think Darby Allin is a very talented wrestler, and he's got a lot of heart. He's a great high flyer, and he's not afraid to take risks in the ring. He's got a lot of potential, and I think he's going to be a big star in the future. I think he would be a good opponent for me because he's fast and agile, and he would keep me on my toes.
What's your opinion of Jon Moxley?
Jon Moxley is a true professional and a great wrestler. He's one of the best in the world, and he's got a lot of experience. I think he would be a tough opponent for me because he's a very strong and physical competitor. He's also very smart, and he knows how to work the crowd. I think it would be a really good matchup, and I'm sure it would be a hard-hitting and exciting match.
How would you feel if AU commentator Tony Khan called you the Maharaj, the way AU commentator Jim Ross calls Darby Allin the Apprentice?
I think it would be a great way to establish my character in AEW. It would be a nice nod to my heritage and my status as a modern-day warrior. I think it would also be a good way to distinguish myself from the other wrestlers in the company and give me a unique identity. I would be honored if Tony Khan called me the Maharaj.
Is Jinder Mahal related to the great Khali?
Yes, Jinder Mahal and the great Kali are Kayfabe brothers-in-law in WWE. This means that the relationship is part of the storyline, but not real life.
Is the great Khali taller than Jinder Mahal?
The great Kali is indeed taller than Jinder Mahal. In fact, the great Kali is one of the tallest wrestlers in the history of the WWE, standing at a whopping 7 feet 3 inches tall. Jinder Mahal, on the other hand, is 6 feet 5 inches tall, making him significantly shorter than his kayfabe brother-in-law.
Would you like to work with the great Khali again in AU?
I would love to work with the great Kali again in AEW. It would be a great way to pay tribute to our kayfabe family relationship and create some interesting storyline. I think it would be a lot of fun to team up with him, and I think we could put on some really entertaining matches together.
What's the most thing you miss about the WWE?
I miss the energy and excitement of the crowd. I also miss the camaraderie and the sense of family that comes with being part of the WWE. I also miss the constant challenge of trying to prove myself and be the best that I can be. The WWE is a unique and special place, and I'm grateful for the opportunities it's given me.
Do you miss your old theme song?
I do miss my old theme song, but I've also grown to love my new theme song. It's more modern and fits my character better. But I do have a lot of nostalgia for my old theme song, and I'm glad I can still hear it when I watch old matches.
If your dream match was between you and The Rock, who would win?
That would be a tough match to call. The Rock is a legend and he's got a lot of experience and talent, but I think I could take him down. I'm stronger and faster than him, and I've got a lot of heart. I wouldn't count myself out in that match.
Would you consider coming back to WWE as a free agent?
I would definitely consider coming back to WWE as a free agent. It's a great company with a lot of opportunities, and I have a lot of respect for the talent there. If the right opportunity came along, I would definitely consider it.
Who would be your first opponent in the WWE?
If I came back to WWE as a free agent, my first opponent would probably be someone like Seth Rollins. He's one of the top stars in the company, and he's a great wrestler. I think it would be a good match to reintroduce myself to the fans and show that I'm still a top competitor. On Netflix, on Raw,
What do you think your last match would be?
I'm not sure what my last match would be, but I would like to go out on a high note. I would like to have a match that really showcases my skills and my ability to tell a story in the ring. I think it would be great to have a match where I could really connect with the crowd and make them feel something.
If you wrestled Roman Reigns in AU, what would you do to beat him?
If I were to wrestle Roman Reigns in AEW, I would use my speed and agility to my advantage. I would try to keep him off balance and out of his comfort zone. I would also try to take advantage of any openings he gives me and use my moveset to its fullest. I would also try to play mind games with him and make him doubt himself. Ultimately, I think it would be a very intense and physical match, but I think I could come out on top.
Who do you think your tag team partner would be?
If I were to have a tag team partner, I would want someone who could complement my style and add a different element to our team. I think someone like Matt Riddle would be a great partner for me. He's a great athlete and he's got a lot of experience. I think we could create some really interesting and dynamic matches together.
What tag team name of storyline?
If we were to have a tag team name and storyline, I would want it to be something that reflects our personalities and our dynamic. I think something like the dynamic duo would be a good fit. We could have a fun and playful storyline where we're always trying to outdo each other and push each other to our limits. It would be a great way to build chemistry and create a unique identity for our team.
What are your thoughts on Johnny Gargano?
I think Johnny Gargano is a great wrestler. He's very talented and he's got a lot of heart. He's also a very versatile performer who can adapt to any situation. I think he's a great asset to AEW, and I think he could be a big star in the company.
What are your thoughts on the Elite?
The Elite is a great group of wrestlers, and they've really helped to shape the AEW landscape. They're all very talented, and they bring a lot of energy and excitement to the ring. I think they're a great addition to the company, and I think they've really helped to bring in new fans. I think they're a great group to work with, and I'm sure we could create some really interesting matches and storylines together.
Who would be your rival tag team?
If I had a rival tag team in AEW, I think it would be the Young Bucks. They're a very popular and successful team, and they're known for their high-flying style of wrestling. I think it would be a great challenge to go up against them, and it would make for some really intense and exciting matches. It would also be a great way to showcase my skills and prove that I'm a top competitor.
If date heel women who like storyline,
If I were to date a heel woman in a storyline, I think it would be Mercedes Varnado, or Britt Baker, is an AEW wrestler who has found success as a heel.
Mercedes Varnado or Britt Baker.
I think Mercedes Varnado would be a great fit for a heel woman character. She's got a strong and confident personality, and she's not afraid to speak her mind. She could be a great foil for me, and we could create some interesting storylines together. Britt Baker is also a great option because she's a very charismatic and entertaining performer. She could add a lot of personality to the story and make it more fun to watch.
Jinder Mahal and Vince McMahon goes head-to-head in a promo war on Monday Night Raw.
Vince McMahon is the owner of WWE, and he's known for his strong opinions and his ability to get under people's skin. I would have no problem going head-to-head with him in a promo war. I think it would be a great way to show off my personality and my ability to think on my feet. I would be ready to give as good as I get, and I wouldn't back down from a challenge.
On Saturday Night Dynamite, Mahal confronted former rival CM Punk and called him an old-timer. Punk confronted Mahal in return and called him a Big Show wannabe. Mahal then laid Punk out with a Claymore kick. Mahal then entered the 2024 Men's Royal Rumble match at Royal Rumble 2024, but was eliminated by Sheamus.
I was in the Royal Rumble last year, and it was an amazing experience. I was able to show off my skills and compete against some of the best in the business. I was eliminated by Sheamus, but I think I held my own, and I'm proud of how I performed. I'm looking forward to this year's Rumble, and I'm hoping to have another great performance.
On June 1st, Mahal lost a rematch against Karrion Kross at NXT TakeOver in your house in a steel cage match, thus failing to regain the NXT Championship. Mahal was injured in the match and was out for 3 months. Mahal returned on August 26th when he redebuted as the modern-day Maharaj and announced his intention to be the first man in NXT history to hold both the NXT Championship and the North American Championship simultaneously.
It was a tough loss, but I think it was the right decision. I needed to take some time off to heal and recover from the injury. I'm back now, and I'm ready to take on the world. I'm going to be the first man in NXT history to hold both the NXT Championship and the North American Championship simultaneously. I'm not going to let anything stand in my way.
Mahal appeared on episode 114 of the podcast Talk is Jericho, hosted by Chris Jericho. During the interview, Mahal claimed that he had been asked to join the Bullet Club by Jay White and Bad Luck Fale, but turned it down because he didn't want to be part of the bad guys in wrestling. Mahal also spoke about the decision to leave WWE, his time in AEW, and his future in professional wrestling.
It was a great interview, and it was nice to have the opportunity to talk about my career and my experiences. I think it was a good decision to turn down the Bullet Club offer because I didn't feel like it was the right fit for me. I'm happy with where I am now, and I'm looking forward to the future. I think I have a lot of potential, and I'm excited to see what the next chapter holds for me.
Who do you think was your biggest inspiration in your life?
I think my biggest inspiration in life is my father. He's always been there for me and he's always believed in me. He's a very strong and determined person and he's always been a role model for me. He's taught me to never give up on my dreams and to always strive for greatness. I think he's the reason I am where I am today.
During the 2024 Royal Rumble, Mahal entered the Royal Rumble match at 16. Mahal lasted 21 minutes and 38 seconds before being eliminated by Finn Balor. Mahal was eliminated by Balor after Balor pinned Mahal following a coup de grace. Mahal was the first male entrant eliminated from the match by another male competitor. Mahal would later lose a 2 out of 3 falls match against Balor at NXT TakeOver. The end of the world.
I was disappointed with my performance in the Royal Rumble, and I was also upset with the way I was eliminated. I felt like I could have gone further in the match, and I was also frustrated with the way Balor pinned me. I think I could have had a better performance if I had been given more time in the ring. I'm looking forward to getting another opportunity to prove myself, and I'm going to make sure I don't let it slip away again.
How do you feel about being eliminated by the coup de grace?
I was not happy with the way I was eliminated. I thought I had a good chance of winning the match, and I was disappointed that I didn't get the chance to show what I was capable of. I think the coup de grace is a great move, but I think it was a bit of a cheap way to eliminate me. I would have liked to see a more even matchup, and I think I would have done better in a longer match.
Jinder Mahal reveals if I've has contacted him since leaving the.
Yes, I have been in contact with AEW since I left WWE. I'm still in the early stages of negotiations, and nothing is set in stone yet, but I'm definitely interested in joining the company. I think it would be a great opportunity to show off my skills and to be a part of a new and exciting project. I'm looking forward to exploring my options and seeing where things go.
Former WWE star Jinder Mahal recalls his time in 3 megabytes.
My time in 3M Bytes was a unique experience. It was a lot of fun, and we had a lot of great moments together. We were always trying to one-up each other, and it was always a competition to see who could get the biggest reaction from the crowd. I think we were all pretty good at playing off each other and creating a unique dynamic that made us stand out. I have a lot of great memories from that time, and it was definitely a special part of my career.
Was there a lot of rivalry between you and Heath Slater in 3 megabytes?
There was definitely a rivalry between me and Heath Slater in 3 megabytes. We were always trying to outdo each other, and it was always a competition to see who could get the biggest reaction from the crowd. It was all in good fun, though, and we were always able to put our differences aside and work together as a team. I think we had a lot of respect for each other, and we always pushed each other to be better.
How did you come up with the name, the Modern Day Maharaj?
The Modern Day Maharaj is a name that I came up with because I wanted to create a character that was a modern-day warrior. I wanted to capture the spirit of a traditional Maharaj, but in a more modern way. I thought it was a fitting name for my character because it represented my heritage and my personality.
What was your favorite moment with 3MB?
My favorite moment with 3MBs was probably our match against The Shield at Survivor Series 2013. It was a really intense and exciting match, and it was a great way to show off our skills as a team. We worked really well together, and we were able to put on a great show for the crowd. I think it was a really important moment for us, and it showed how far we had come as a team.
Jinder Mahal remembers his days in WWE with J Security.
I have a lot of great memories from my time with J Security. It was a unique experience, and it was a great way to learn the ropes of the business. I was able to work with some of the top names in the company, and I got to see how they operated behind the scenes. It was also a great way to build my network and make connections within the company. I'm glad I had the opportunity to work with them, and it was definitely a valuable experience.
Jinder Mahal interview about the Days of the World Heavyweight Championship at WWE.
The days of the World Heavyweight Championship were a really special time for me. It was a time when I felt like I was really making a name for myself in the company, and it was a great feeling to know that I was part of something special. I had some really memorable moments during that time, and I'm proud of what I was able to accomplish. It was also a time when the company was in a very transitional period, and I think it was a very interesting time to be a part of it.
Jinder Mahal versus Roman Reigns in a steel cage match.
Steel cage match against Roman Reigns would be a very intense and exciting match. I think it would be a great way to showcase our skills and to show who's the best. It would be a very physical and hard-hitting match, and it would definitely be a challenge for both of us. I would be ready for the challenge, and I would give it my all to come out on top.
How did you feel when you lost the World Heavyweight Championship to Kevin Owens?
I was disappointed when I lost the World Heavyweight Championship to Kevin Owens, but I also understood that it was a part of the business. I knew that I had done everything I could and that I had given it my all, but sometimes things don't go the way you want them to. I was proud of what I had accomplished, and I was ready to move on to the next chapter of my career.
Jinder Mahal was very emotional after losing the WWE Championship to Brock Lesnar at Money in the Bank 2017.
I was definitely emotional after losing the WWE Championship to Brock Lesnar. It was a very tough loss, and it was a moment of disappointment for me. I had worked hard to get to that point, and it was a very difficult thing to process. I was also disappointed because I felt like I had let down the fans and I didn't want to let them down. But I knew that I had to keep going and that I had to learn from the experience.
Do you have any advice for young wrestlers starting out the business?
My advice for young wrestlers starting out in the business is to always believe in yourself and to never give up on your dreams. It can be a tough industry and it's not always easy, but if you have the passion and the drive, you can make it. Stay focused and work hard. And never let anyone tell you that you can't do something. You have to be your own biggest fan. And you have to believe in yourself.
Jinder Mahal on losing the WWE Championship to AJ Styles at SummerSlam 2018.
Losing the WWE Championship to AJ Styles at SummerSlam 2018 was a very tough loss for me. It was a very emotional and disappointing moment for me, but I also knew that it was a part of the business. I had worked hard to get to that point, and I was proud of the run I had as champion. I was also looking forward to moving on to the next chapter of my career, and I was ready to keep working hard to get back to the top.
Do you have any social media?
Yes, I have social media accounts on Twitter and Instagram. My Twitter handle is @JinderMahal, and my Instagram handle is @JinderMahalOfficial. I also have a YouTube channel where I post videos about my life and my career.
Braun Strowman versus Jinder Mahal. Raw. Au 6 2010.
A match between Braun Strowman and Jinder Mahal would be a very intense and physical match. Braun Strowman is a very powerful and imposing opponent, and he would be a tough challenge for anyone. Jinder Mahal is also a very powerful and skilled wrestler, so it would be a very interesting matchup. I would be ready for the challenge, and I would give it my all to come out on top.
Do you want to say anything before I end the video? Do you want to say something to your friends and family?
I would just like to say that I'm grateful for all the support I've received from my friends and family throughout my career. I wouldn't be where I am today without them, and I'm grateful for all the love and encouragement they've given me. I'm also thankful for all the fans who have supported me and who have believed in me. I wouldn't be where I am today without them either.
What about your haters? Would you like to say to them?
I would just like to say that I understand why some people may not like me or my character. I know that not everyone will agree with everything I do or say, and that's okay. I respect everyone's opinion, and I'm not here to please everyone. I'm just here to do my best and to have fun doing it. I'm not perfect, and I'm always looking to improve, but I'm not going to let the haters stop me from doing what I love.
Thanks for coming. Have a nice day. Take care.
You're welcome. It was nice talking to you. You have a nice day too. Take care.